a constituent of green tea, has been extensively studied and shown to be a powerful antioxidant protecting skin cells against photo damage. That's the damage we experience from UV radiation that causes wrinkling. Previous work by others have shown that galated catechins, EGCG, especially EGCG, are effective protectants against oxidative stress of UV radiation. I still have dozens more charts, but just gives you a sense that this is, when I added these other ingredients, I didn't just add things just for the heck of it, that I added things that are every bit, arguably, as exciting and as beneficial as the resveratrol, and worth every penny of the investment. So this is a great Today Special if it was just resveratrol and nothing else. And when you consider you're also getting the EGCG from green tea, the standardized extract of pomegranate, and also the standardized extract of grapeseed extract, it changes everything.
It is really hard to pass up. I hope you will order yours. We are very busy taking your calls. You can see we are now at 44,000 plus people who have ordered the Today's Specials. We do have two, as you know. We have the Ultimate Friendly Flora that is still available, of course, at this point, which is the good news, and the resveratrol, the EGCG that Andrew was just sharing with us. That's EGCG 100. It's in here. The resveratrol 100 is in here. The grapeseed 100 is in here, and pomegranate 100. So this isn't like just a little bit of each of these. They are each full potency, each equal in terms of the potency of each of the ingredients you're getting, and that's what makes it so irresistible today. In one capsule, under $100. If you're ordering the largest one, the 360, which is basically gonna last you about a year, that is for $99. That's pennies a day to achieve all of these wonderful health benefits. So I hope you try it. You have nothing, really nothing to lose. You have a 3.5 month money back guarantee. And by the way, the Friendly Flora is still here. We will do a final look at this coming up a little bit later on.
We ran longer here, so we're going to be very brief at the end of the hour. Plus, we're running out of quantity, so we'll be very brief at the end of the hour.
There we go. So, okay, well, we're going to move along here.
Just to remind everybody, the Ultimate Friendly Flora is still available. It's going to be our last quantity. We'll just have a few minutes to talk about it at the end of the second hour. And that, again, as we've said before, it's not going to be a Today Special next year. Probably wait 18 months or 2 years.
Excellent. One thing I would also mention, as long as we were talking about the tea, we're going to head over, but I stocked up on my green tea. I love my favorite is the peppermint chamomile. I drink that in the evenings. It's my favorite little kind of wind down. By the way, the
peppermint chamomile, we featured that, I think, for the first time really on air today. It has 32 reviews. 31 of them are 5-star reviews.
I bet. No, it's my favorite of all your teas. I love that tea. If you have not tried Andrew's tea, go to hsn.com. I'm telling you, I'm not even a tea person. I'm really not a tea drinker. I now love his green tea. I love tea, and I think it's thanks to you, because I never really got into green tea. It's so mild. It's not bitter.
Never.
It's just lovely, lovely tea. So I had to restock mine. So go check it out on hsn.com.
All my teas are chamomile tea is Egyptian chamomile. Our mint tea is from the state of Washington. But all of our teas, what I require, because I like to steep them for a long time till I extract all the good, wonderful benefits of the tea, I require that they never get bitter. So whether it's our green tea, our mint tea, our chamomile tea, you could steep them. I put them in my refrigerator. You could steep them literally for days at a time, and they won't get bitter, whereas most tea, 2-3 minutes later, bitter. So I encourage you to try them, because drinking tea, if you look at the studies of large populations, one of the healthiest habits any of us could have.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to move along. Coming up next, have you tried the marine collagen yet? If you have not tried this yet, you have to try the marine collagen. We were talking about this, Andrew and I, last weekend. We were comparing our hands. And the truth is, Andrew is a little older than me. We're similar in age. But we both, your hands, you should show people your hands. His hands look, no, they look so, look at how young his hands look. You guys, look at his hands. I mean, for an 80-year-old guy. Right?
You almost fell. God is getting even with you on that.
Okay, God punish me. But no, seriously, Andrew has the best skin. And you know what? I have noticed a difference in my skin since I have been taking this. So at our house, Carlos and I, we do 2 scoops a day now of the marine collagen. We love it. If you're not taking it yet, oh, you might get hooked on this. I think this is one of your most exciting new products you've introduced in your whole line of products.
It's one of those products, a perfect example. If you look at the reviews on this product, when we first introduced this product, it was rated under 3 stars. because when we first introduced it, the material wasn't very soluble. It had kind of a fishy taste, marine, but now it's very soluble. It doesn't have a fishy taste. It's incredibly difficult to take a product from less than 3 stars back over 4 stars. You need an enormous amount of 5-star reviews to do that. And if you read those reviews, the reviews talk about benefit. The only reviews that are, say, negative are going to talk about flavor. But again, this is not intended to be a delicious product, but the remarkable thing we accomplished is we eliminated any flavor at all. So you can mix this in any smoothie, you can mix it in yogurt, you can mix it with your oatmeal or oat bran. I do both of those things. Or
you could even put it in your coffee. I mean,
a lot of people
literally,
do that.
we'd put it in our, we drink a smoothie every day. I put 2 scoops in my smoothie. It actually makes my smoothie just almost nicer. It gives it a little bit more body. It makes it a little bit frothier. But the point is, it's tasteless, basically. So you just put it in your smoothie or any other liquid you want to put in it, put it in water, and you just wait and see. I'm telling you, it is, Marielle's the one that got me started on this because she's
its biggest fan. As anybody who tries it, it's one of those ingredients. Glucosamine chondroitin are something I've taken for 38 years for my joints. But I believe this has had a greater impact. I had my best summer of mountain biking and running that I've had in probably 40 years.
That's incredible.
I mean, and I feel great. And this is what I attribute it to. It's just, and I'll talk about how and why it does it. What I did there is I put 3 scoops in water. In marine collagen peptides, collagen is an insoluble protein, but to show how unique this is, what I'll do is actually, I didn't even mix it. There, I just mixed it now. But what's really unique about this, amazing about this material, and it's taken us probably 5 or 6 years to perfect this, but what you're going to watch with that liquid, even though marine collagen is insoluble. Collagen is like fiber. It's like an animal-based fiber. It's indigestible in fiber, and it's insoluble. But as you'll look at this, if we let it sit there for a few minutes, that water is going to become clear, that it's going to go into solution. And it's that solution that can benefit you. And the research has shown, specifically the material we're talking about here, which in my opinion is the finest marine collagen in the world. We went all the way to Japan to get it. It's where the research resides. And this specific marine collagen, if I'm talking about my joints and all, Colleen's talking about the skin, although I must say that dozens and dozens and dozens of people I know have commented on my skin in the year or 2 since I've been using this regularly. So it's something that we read that in the reviews. I think you'll experience the exact same thing. For me, it's my joints. The research and science that talks about reduction of wrinkles, particularly around the eyes and things like that, those fine wrinkles, that's not as exciting to me. I'm just happy if I could continue running, if I could continue hiking and mountain biking and doing the things I do with my joints not even whispering to me at all. That's what's most important to me.
Absolutely.
I gladly sacrifice a whole lot of wrinkles for a whole bunch of mobility.
Absolutely.
Women,
No, you know,
the women
for me,
in my
honestly,
life would not agree.
If I had to pick, I would rather feel good too. I would rather be able to stay active and feel good. But isn't it nice that this will help with both? So that's, we don't have to choose the benefits. I want to show you the choices. There's fewer than 2,000 total of this, so they should all sell out right now. We have a 30, a 60, a 120, or a 240. Here is the regular pricing. Remember, we're celebrating Andrew's 21st anniversary, and so because of that, here's the regular pricing. Look at today, over $100 off. If you need to restock, do it now. $150, $125, or $18 off. So I would order mine pronto. If you are not taking it yet, try it. I think you will love it. Clearly, it's fun to talk about what it does for your skin and the beauty benefits, but moreover, it is all about your joints, your mobility, keeping your skin elastic, keeping yourself more flexible. I mean, that's the key. It's about flexibility. It's about, you know, all of our joints that get worn down. Carlos's doctor told him he needed to be taking marine collagen for his knees were bugging him, and he said, get on it. And you know, the good news is he's noticing a difference. He's moving around great. And I mean, it's, you know, there's lots of other factors involved, but the truth is, if there's natural ways that you can really help to support your joints and your flexibility and your mobility and your elasticity, that is, to me, so worth it for the little bit of money you have to pay for it.
And the elasticity of our skin, and the elasticity, very important, the elasticity of our arteries. I talk about vitamin K2, MK7 in that regard in terms of our arteries. But this is an ingredient. There are a lot of collagen products that are bovine cartilage. The research to me isn't as compelling or convincing on the bovine cartilage. The marine collagen, especially the form that we use, the granulation we use, and as you can see if you look at that glass, what's amazing, this is collagen. Collagen is not supposed to be soluble.
Right.
But the unique material we have here, and that's why it's so bioactive and so bioavailable, and it has no flavor at all.
It does not. By the way, I just want to update you. There's 400 in each choice. That's it. So if you want the Try Me, if you want to restock the big one, this is the day to do it. If you're going to do 1 scoop a day, at our house we use 4 scoops. Carlos is doing at least 2. Sometimes he does 3 or 4 a day. I've been doing 2 a day. So that's why we restock the big one always, because we love this product and we really do, we're committed to it. You know, when you find something you really love, you commit. And once you start using it, you get in the habit of just putting it in whatever liquid you're drinking. Honestly, you could stir it into your coffee. You could stir it right into your smoothie. You just drank it just in water.
From water.
But you can do that too.
But most people, like any protein powder, I guess I just wanted to show how unique it was, because typically regular protein isn't soluble in water at all. But to think that a collagen protein is truly remarkable. And it's just 1 or 2 scoops daily. It's something that, if I've always been someone who's used glucosamine, as I said, for 38 years. Glucosamine and chondroitin, it gives me the tools to maintain, repair, regenerate my joints. But frankly, if I had to choose between marine collagen peptides and glucosamine, thank goodness I do not, I would be hard-pressed to not choose this, especially given the knowledge of its impact on systems beyond just my joints. Certainly, it's wonderful that it makes my skin look better, and that's other people saying it makes my skin look better.
And now you don't have
arteries.
And now you don't have any cellulite.
I don't. Which that's
joking, but when he brought up the C word, the cellulite word, I was like, every girl in the room, our ears all went. No, we perked up real fast, because that's one of the other benefits.
I'm glad you brought that up. I wasn't even going to mention that. But because of the nature of the way cellulite works, cellulite has to do with if the skin above our body fat has higher integrity, that higher integrity and the better organization of those collagen fibers, the better organized collagen fibers hide the fat below, the dimpling of the fat below. And there's research, quotes, science I can read that I have read on air before that talks specifically to that point, that marine collagen, that collagen peptides have been shown to reduce not just the appearance of the fine lines and wrinkles around the eye, but to reduce the appearance of cellulite. So again, it has to do with maintaining the health of the collagen fibers that are beneath our skin and the body fat below. So it's a very clear scientific explanation mechanism, but it's yet another benefit.
Now, just to update you, fewer than 200 now in each size. So whether you want to go with a 30, a 60, a 120, a 240, if you order the 240, you're saving over $100 off. Over $100 off the big one. But if you'd like to try any of the sizes, this is the night to do it. Get it home and see what you think about it. I think you're going to be really, I think you're going to be impressed with it. I think you're going to really love it. You know, I've noticed that my skin feels less dry. It's one of the key things I've really noticed is that even my hands, I take good care of my hands because I sell jewelry on TV, but I've noticed that my skin feels better. It feels less dry. It looks more moisturized without even putting lotion on.
I wouldn't have expected at my advanced age, and I never like to talk about my age on air because it's something that obviously I'm not as young as I'd like to be because I started my company 38 years ago, but I've been hopefully doing a lot of right things over the last 38 years to ensure that I get to age as gracefully as possible. And for me, it's not so much how I look, and it's really how I feel, as we were just talking about before. I want to have the same mental faculties today as I had 40 years ago, which I feel as though I do. I feel as though I learn things just as easily today as I learned things when I was back in school. So, and I think that's a matter of giving our body what our body needs to express express its genes as best as possible, to express itself as best as possible, because we're basically the victims of our genetics and what tools we've provided in terms of what we eat, the activities we engage in, and the thoughts we have. To the extent we have more positive thoughts and positive thinking and view the world more positively, we tend to be healthier. So these are all things that contribute to a good life. But the fact is, I never dreamed at the age I am, and I'm long past the half-century mark, at the age I am, I never dreamed of feeling as good as I do. I never dreamed that, as Colleen was saying, that my skin would look as it does. So I think there are opportunities for all of us if we embrace them. And it's not that any of these products are magical. The science is there, and the science isn't magic. It's just a question of whether we embrace it or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, this is almost spoken for, so thank you very much. But we have a few more goodies we want to squeeze in. We're in the final hour of our Today's Special Day with Andrew Lessman. As many of you know, there are two choices. I know a lot, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I know that Sunday nights in particular, I work a lot of Sunday nights and we get a lot of people stopping in for the first time. Sunday becomes a busy day for a lot of you, and you're maybe just getting home and you're just getting in. So we're glad you found us, because we do have lots of special things, and you'll have one final look of the Today's Special coming up a little bit later on in the hour. But right now, we're going to move along. We're going to talk about turmeric. Turmeric is another one of those products that, since Andrew launched it, has become, like, seriously a fan favorite. It has a huge, huge following. In fact, there are already, out of perfect 5 stars, 4.5 is the average rating on this product. So we'll show you that on hsn.com, so you have a minute. It's always fun to hear those reviews, because people take the time out of their busy days to go to hsn.com and share their experience with these products. And more often than not, they are positive. You heard what Andrew was saying, over 70,000 reviews on Andrew's products on hsn.com, and every single one of his products is a customer pick. Everything he does is as close to perfect as it can be. So here's another example of such. Now let's show you what's happening for the anniversary. This is the turmeric 400. We have a 30, a 60, a 120, or a 240. Here is the everyday HSN pricing. Here's our anniversary pricing, 40, 20, 12 or $6 savings, depending on the size you're choosing. Turmeric is another one of those, you know, it's interesting. When you start to, I really think this happens. I think that Andrew becomes kind of a catalyst. I think that you introduced an ingredient, and then I'll notice 6 months, a year later, and I'll start seeing people talking about it elsewhere. You'll start seeing it show up on the radar elsewhere. And I think that, you know, I guess that's a good thing, because you're getting the word out, which is great.
Well, as the key, say, suppliers of turmeric have said, and they said this with CoQ10 30 plus years ago, that I'm unique in terms of vitamin companies, because vitamin companies don't really engage any energy or effort in educating the public particularly. What they really are doing is they're putting products on store shelves in stores that there really aren't any staff that could invest any time or energy in education. What I've always done is I've always educated.
Right.
Even when there were products, I introduced turmeric before there was any interest in it. I introduced a probiotic before there was interest in it, CoQ10 before there was interest in it. So basically, I spent my time on air talking and educating about a product that there wasn't much interest, there wasn't much demand. We didn't sell very much of it, but as I've always said since I got here, I'm not focused on the numbers, I'm focused on getting really important information out. And if the products are important, then eventually the experience of the product ends up selling itself, because it's not me. I can only provide information. And then what happens with my products, because we don't have an advertising budget, what happens with my products is they get reordered, and you tell friends, and
you
we
sell
grow.
tens of thousands of bottles when you're not here. I mean,
More when I'm not here.
thousands and thousands and thousands of bottles of vitamins go out our door when Andrew, not during a visit. So people do discover. And it is interesting when you start comparing. This is an example. If you want to take turmeric, this is the one to take. I do need to point out, this is also very limited. We are down into the hundreds.
Yep.
We have a few hundred in each size left. So last chance to see this for at the anniversary pricing.
And the first time I did turmeric in a product was about 20 years ago.
Wow.
But it was an added ingredient in several products. The first time I did a standalone turmeric product was probably a little less than 10 years ago. And the reason why is that before I could do a turmeric product, that I was going to do a full standalone turmeric product, I really had to overcome turmeric's inherent absorption issues. And what we did to accomplish that, turmeric is better absorbed in the presence of fat. Turmeric is very well absorbed in India, in Asia, where they use it as a spice, and they cook it into foods. They make stews, and when you cook turmeric in a stew, the turmeric becomes incredibly bioavailable. It doesn't sound like science, it sounds like traditional cooking, but it's actually great science. And that's the science that we use to make our turmeric product so bioavailable. So like my Ultimate Friendly Flora product, until we could make a product that we knew would be stable and beneficial without refrigeration, the way you would use it, that it would actually work for you, I wouldn't make a standalone turmeric product until we could accomplish that same thing. And we did. And our turmeric product now, because of the way we assemble it, is more bioavailable by factors of a few dozen than it would be even if it was the best turmeric extract in the world. Turmeric is inherently hard to absorb. But if you complex that turmeric with fat, and what we chose is phosphatidylcholine, which is a phospholipid, the highest concentration in your brain and your liver, that phosphatidylcholine makes our turmeric much more available, much more absorbable, and much more active. And in terms of benefits, we talk about turmeric in terms of detoxification, cleansing the liver, and benefits for the brain. But I think the most important benefits of turmeric are the soothing role, especially following up and speaking about marine collagen, the soothing role it plays for various systems in our body, especially for our joints.
Absolutely. Isn't that wonderful? That one ingredient offers those soothing benefits for your joint. It helps to detox your liver. I mean, it does wonderful things for your brain. This one amazing ancient ingredient, the curcumin, turmeric's curcumin. And look at how pretty
that
it is
color.
too.
If you think of, say, I guess it would say,
it's like pumpkin.
Buddhist monks, and you think of the color of their robes, turmeric was the original coloring for that. So originally turmeric was a dye for clothing and things like that, that was used in India. And the active ingredient for which turmeric is standardized, by which you judge turmeric, say if you buy turmeric spice, it's typically 1 or 2 or 3% curcuminoids. Our standardized turmeric extract, 95% curcuminoid. So once again, it's an example of how unique a standardized extract is versus just the standard ingredient found as, say, a turmeric spice.
That's interesting. So if you're putting turmeric spice in your curry versus taking this, you're really getting far more of that curcumin, that important, powerful ingredient.
Curcuminoids, yeah. It's roughly, say, anywhere from 30 to 50 times more potent than a typical turmeric spice in terms of the curcuminoids. And again, and Muriel now, when she even just makes a chicken at the house, because what's great about turmeric, it's not one of those beneficial spices that's really spicy and upsetting to your stomach, or
it's actually soothing for your digestion.
It's really soothing and gentle. So it's a great spice that we Americans can adopt, just as it's kind of like another version of paprika. Paprika is another beneficial spice that isn't hot. So paprika, turmeric, great spices to add to things if you don't want to add too much spicy, hot, or pungent flavor.
Okay, there's about 250 left in each size. So we will wrap this up. If you're ordering it, excellent. It's 30, 60, 120, or 240. It's the anniversary, final day, really official day of the anniversary here. So take advantage of that anniversary pricing if you can. But we're going to head over because coming up next,
because I will be back. We'll be doing the Monday night show tomorrow.
Right.
But that show is where I'm not even sure what products we will talk about, but the real focus on that show is going to be
some fun Q&A, right?
Answering questions. So if there are questions that have arisen that I've seen either posted on my blog or things like that.
Can they ask personal questions?
Absolutely. And what we might do, we don't take call-ins during the shows. The reason why is because many times when people will talk about my products, they'll make medical claims like our products cured this and cured that. And technically, obviously, that's not appropriate or legal.
We used to take, when Andrew came 21 years ago, we used to take call-ins. But that became an issue because people would start making medical claims and they'd have to push the button down. It just became to the point where...
But so, what we might do tomorrow, and I was going to talk to everyone about this, is maybe we'll take some calls tomorrow during the show, but there'll be questions. So then we don't have to worry about medical claims and stuff like that because we'll take questions. So we might do it. So it might be a really fun, different show tomorrow evening.
I love it. All right. Well, the things we're showing you tonight are not going to be here. The Today Special won't be here. I can already tell you the marine collagen is almost sold out completely. The turmeric's almost sold out completely. The Ultimate Eye is what we're going to talk about next. This is our Ultimate Eye. This is another huge customer favorite on hsn.com. 4.6 is your average out of a perfect 5-star. There are over 1,400 perfect 5-star reviews, over 1,600 excellent reviews out of the 1,700 total. So just to give you an idea of how remarkable this product is. Let me show you what the choices are and the savings for the anniversary. So there are 4 sizes, a 30, a 60, a 180, or a 360. So you pick the size you'd like, and then you decide, again, if you want to do flex pay. The larger ones are on flex pay. You're saving $40, $29, and $5. Remember, when it's Andrew's anniversary, during his visits, we have special pricing, free shipping and handling. In October, you get a 3.5-month money-back guarantee because we extend our return policy because we're officially in gift-giving season. And we know a lot of people start thinking about gift shopping, so we want to be sure that you're covered. If you had to return or exchange anything, you're covered all the way until the end of January. So best part about this is another wonderful product that you will, pun intended, see the difference when you take it. And if you go to hsn.com and read some of the reviews, you will see how people rave about the Ultimate Eye. It is a truly remarkable product. It does great things for your eyes. Those of us who take it, again, I know that I probably sound like a crazy lunatic that I say I take everything, but I do. I do take. I mean, everything you've seen so far in this show, I take. And I'm not apologetic about that because, you know what, I feel great. I am on a regimen. I take certain things in the morning, midday, I take things before bed, and it's worth it to me. I spend a lot of money on vitamins. I tell Andrew, I am confident I am probably your #1 customer. But it's worth it to me. It's worth it to me because, you know, we can spend our money on lots of things, but when we talk about our health and feeling better and living better and having a better life, and I think the older we get, the more I just am so appreciative that I still feel good. I think as we get older, and if you can still have a great quality of life, that is a blessing. And anything we can do to help maintain and preserve that and take good care of it, I think it's worth it.
We have nothing if we don't have our health. I mean, it really is the most important thing. And certainly, as I always say, as important as my supplements are, eating well is the most important thing. Eating well, living well, remaining active, those are the most important things we can do. Supplements are sort of the icing on the cake, and what I've generally found is people don't take my supplements so they can throw caution to the wind and not do the right thing. I think people tend to take my products who are already taking seriously the fact that they're the responsible party, that there's no one else who can do it for us other than what we can do for ourselves. But I was going to read some reviews. I haven't been reading many reviews. I've been reading lots of quotes from the research and science, but I just grabbed quickly some reviews here, and I'll just read them quickly. We have a few minutes we'll be able to talk about this. We'll run over the clock a little bit before we go back to the Today Special because we're running out of those, so we don't need much time. So this is perfect product for our eyes. My eye doctor recommended I take Ultimate Eye Support. The capsules are easy to swallow. They're expensive, but supplements for the eyes are expensive. These are the most expensive ingredients: lutein, zeaxanthin, the bilberry, 3 of the most expensive ingredients by far. Why take a chance on a product that is not at the level of Andrew's, especially with your vision? I've been taking Andrew's products since he came to HSN, and I trust him to give us the best. From Virgie in Texas. Doctor was amazed. I've been using Ultimate Eye Support for many years and went to the eye doctor every 2 or 3 years for my checkup. And it was about the 7th year that the doctor told me that my eyesight kept getting better and better each time I saw him. I told him what I was taking, as he was amazed at my progress. Thank you, Andrew, for all the work you have done, and are still doing for better health in all of us. Has improved my eyes tremendously. I shared this product with my parents, and they both got great reviews from their eye doctor. For me, my eyes adjust better and faster to the darkness and itch less. Thanks. Mimi in Florida. Get a lot of discussion about for dry eyes, for dealing with night vision. Good for aging eyes. My eye doctor told me that vitamins are a good thing for aging eyes. I've been taking these for over a year now and will continue to take them in the hope of reducing any loss or blurring of vision that goes with aging. From Joni in Florida. And again, speaking of how advanced my products are, we introduced lutein in my products about 15 years ago, zeaxanthin almost 10 years ago. No one else did that. We were long before the others, and my products seemed too expensive because no one else offered lutein and zeaxanthin, which are very expensive. Came back for more. My yearly eye exam was a week ago. My doctor told me my eyes were better. I received a new prescription for lenses. Every year they change for the worse. This year, for the better. I came directly home and ordered more, a lot more. Thank you for this product.
That's great.
Healthy eyes. I've been taking these for a few months now and just saw my eye doctor today, and my eyes look really good inside. I had a case of dry eyes a few months back that was bothering me. I take the Ultimate Eye Support along with several other vitamins of Andrew's. I won't buy junk vitamins for my body. At least I know Andrew Lessman's vitamins are doing some good for my body, and they are all natural. They may cost a little more, but I know I'm getting the best for my body. 5 stars for Andrew Lessman. Thank you.
Excellent.
Great. I've been taking these for years. I'm 62 and just had my yearly eye doctor appointment. He is always happy, and so am I. That my eyes remain healthy and my prescription stays the same. Again, we should always be diligent, going to the doctor, getting an eye check, make sure that our pressures in our eyes are correct. Great product. I'm so glad I tried the Ultimate Eye Support. I showed the product to my doctor, and after reading the ingredients, he said he really liked it. I'm 74, and my eyesight has improved since taking this product. I take 2 capsules a day and have for the past 3 years. Thank you, Andrew, for this great product from Elaine in Pennsylvania. Good eye support. I've been using this for several months as a supplement to other things. I showed it to my ophthalmologist, and he approved it. And we have a few hundred charts like these. One last one. See the light. I've written a review for this product before, and when my better half saw the bundle of products and the unbelievable price, bam, I ordered the 2. That's the Ultimate Eye. That was a Today Special back in April with astaxanthin.
Right.
I've gotten the best news at my last checkup with my ophthalmologist when she told me, your eyes are the best I've seen in a while.
Wow.
Keep doing what you're doing. It's working. Since I had a retina reattached, I've been more aware of what's good for your health, and thank goodness my better half found Andrew's products. These are the best quality and best working supplements on the planet. If you can get this one, you'll not regret it. Thanks, Andrew, from Kenny in Michigan. And again, it's especially after having a detached retina for your doctor to say his eyes are the best that he's seen in a while.
That's
great.
Incredible.
Exciting.
These are also so limited now, 7,000 ordered. With everybody ordering, we have a few more than 1,000 total. That's all sizes. So this is anniversary priced. Stock up now, because the pricing is good only during the anniversary visits. You can always find these products on hsn.com, but to take advantage of the extra savings, the best time to do it is when Andrew is here for a visit. When it's the anniversary, you get even better savings. And on top of that, everything's free shipping. Everything is a 3.5-month money-back guarantee. So if you're ordering the Ultimate Eye, thank you so much. But we're going to head over because we have one final look at our best value of the day from Andrew Lessman. It is not 1, but 2 today's specials. They have been extremely popular today. We are delighted that so many of you have been able to order. A lot of you are getting both. I know I certainly am, and I bet you are too. Most of us are. But I want to show you what the choices are. We'll start. There's a resveratrol. There is a Friendly Flora. So it's going to be up to you. We'll talk as much as we can. We have a very limited time left to share. But right away, I want to talk about Friendly Flora right off the bat. There are 4 size choices for you. This is the Ultimate Friendly Flora. It is 5 times the potency of the original Friendly Flora. So what you are getting is 25 billion colony-forming units. And back when it was just the regular Friendly Flora, this would have cost $374.25.
Well, that's still what it costs today.
Because you still offer the regular.
We still have the regular Friendly Flora. So if you bought the regular Friendly Flora today, to get the same potency you're getting in the Ultimate Friendly Flora, you'd spend $374.
Wow.
So you're saving $274, even just on the Ultimate Friendly Flora. The normal price would be, I think, $199.90.
Right.
So you're saving $100. And I take 1 capsule a day. I know Colleen takes 1 capsule a day.
I do.
But this is a product, you could take 1 capsule every other day. You could take 1 capsule a week. You could take a capsule only, say, if you were taking antibiotics or you're taking some medication for your digestive system or something like that, so it's disrupting your Friendly Flora. Or you could only take a capsule when your digestion feels like you need it. You could use it as needed. You could use it every day as we do, or you could use it just on a regular basis every other day, or 2 days a week, or 1 day a week. You fit it within your budget. The benefits are absolute. Our friendly flora are part of us. They have been since the beginning of time. Unfortunately, our modern world, we've succeeded in basically wiping out infectious diseases because we've not wiping them out, but doing a good job. That used to be before the world of antibiotics and before we learned about sort of the bacteria that caused the illnesses we were suffering from. I guess that was maybe Louis Pasteur and maybe even before him, before we understood sanitation and things like that. Yes, those were brilliant discoveries that have saved countless lives, but along the way, in sterilizing our world, we haven't just wiped out those nasty disease-causing bacteria, we've all but wiped out the friendly flora that we rely on to populate ourselves and to have a healthy digestive system, a healthy functioning immune system. It's part of who we are and who we were in the world that we lived in for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So now, unfortunately, with a sterilized food supply and packaged processed foods and medications that we take, unfortunately, we now live in a world where we don't have access to these friendly flora populations unless you're consuming a source of them on a regular basis. Some yogurts will deliver them. Certainly a product like mine delivers them. The key with a product like mine is making sure, as we did, and it took us more than a decade to do so, that we could make a product that didn't require refrigeration and gave you the friendly flora you needed for the support you were seeking.
Exactly. And I'm so happy you're stopping in right now, because this is it. We are very limited across the board. There's a few thousand bottles left. That is total. Of that little clicker, I guess clicker's not there right now, but close to 30,000 people have ordered the largest one, the largest bottle, just to give you a heads up. So the key in a nutshell is this: how is your digestion? How do you feel after you eat? Do you have trouble with digestion? Do you get bloating? Do you get cramping? Do you get gassy? Do you get any of that? If your digestion is off, you're feeling miserable, because we've all been there. The reason we all want friendly flora is because it helps with balance in our digestive tract. That's the number one thing. That's the first thing you're going to notice when you start taking this. And let's all admit it. When your digestion's working smoothly and properly, you just feel like $1,000,000. You feel so much better. So right out of the gate, that is the reason most people, it's for the health of your digestive tract, your digestive system. But it helps with so many other things as well. It helps with your reproductive organs. It helps with everything from your colon to your kidneys. You even heard Andrew talking about to your respiratory system, to the health of your mouth. I mean, there's so many benefits to balancing your, like you said, good witch, bad witch. This is Glenda the good witch. This is not the wicked witch of the West. No, this is the good witch, the Glenda that we need to have to balance, keep the balance in our digestive system. Well,
there are two types, if we want to classify them this simply, of microorganisms that we're talking about and dealing with. There are those pathogenic microorganisms and bacteria that cause disease, and then there are the friendly flora. There are these microorganisms that over the millennia that we've, since the beginning of time, have evolved to be part of us. And we rely on them in terms of our digestive health. We rely on them in terms of our immune system health. They're part of the barrier system because, remember, we have openings in our body. We have to breathe through them. We have to allow food through them. We allow waste to leave them. These openings are opportunistic openings for, say, pathogenic bacteria, for disease-causing bacteria. Part of the way our body protects itself and has evolved to protect itself from those bad bacteria is by having a healthy population of the good microorganisms. And unfortunately, in the world we live in, the way we live in that world as well, with all the medications we expose ourselves to, with a sterilized food supply and a sterilized environment, everything is clean. We use disinfecting chemicals when we clean surfaces and things like that, when we clean ourselves. So we end up wiping out these populations of these organisms, these microorganisms that we depend on. And we depend on them. We might have 3 trillion cells in our body, but in our gut alone, a healthy gut will have 100 trillion. What is that? That's 33 times more microorganisms than cells in our entire body. That population plays a critical role in how our digestive system functions, how we absorb nutrients, how we feel on a daily basis, how well our immune system can function. And again, as Colleen was saying before, whether it's our respiratory tract, whether it's going to be our reproductive system, whether it's going to be our digestive system. These friendly organisms, we want to keep them happy. If we keep them happy and we have a healthy population, we keep ourselves happy. And it's just that simple. But our world has made something that was just part of living, it made it sort of a foreign part of living. These are kind of these friendly flora have become strangers to us because of the way we've sterilized and changed our world.
There it is. I'm going to show you one more time because this is it. It's your last look. It's your last chance. We have the final few minutes to talk about it. We're delighted so many of you have, this would have been sold out, basically, if Andrew were not the manufacturer and could actually have a few extra bottles made for us tonight. And that's the greatest thing about Andrew being our vitamin guru. He literally is making this product fresh as we speak. Your bottles are being made as we speak.
We already had sold out some of the sizes, and that's typical for us, that we do our best to guess from past experience what our orders will be. And in fact, when we made this product, I think most people think, wow, he probably made this product 3, 4, 5 months ago, and that's pretty fresh. No, probably try a few weeks ago is when we made this product. That when I was here, my last visit in July, I had no idea what we were going to be doing in October. Hadn't even decided yet, hadn't even started to manufacture it. So when you get a product like this, and it's really relevant to a product like this, because these are living things. In that capsule are 25 billion colony-forming units of these living things. You want it to be fresh. You don't want it slammed into a tablet with binders and fillers and additives. What we do is we put them purely into a capsule. A small capsule, easy to swallow capsule, and it's really like dust.
And kudos to you for figuring out how to make friendly flora that we don't have to put in the refrigerator.
Well, it was a long labor. It was difficult because it was a product that I wanted to make going back at least 20 years, but for probably until about 11 or 12 years ago, it didn't exist. Because we had to make sure we did all the validation. We'd finally think we identified at the proper strains, the proper species to deliver the benefits you seek, because those are all determined by the science. But we had to make sure that they were hardy enough, sturdy enough to survive in the bottle without refrigeration. And then once we introduce them to our body, make sure, like if you bought seeds and you were a farmer and you spread them out in the field and they didn't grow, what good are they? The same thing with your friendly flora. These have to be organisms that once you deliver them to your body, they're going to be happy there and they're going to grow and deliver and repopulate your friendly flora, which is the only reason you consume them.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Right.
It's like fertilizer. Like it has to be a perfect storm. I mean, it really does. And that's why we trust these products. That's why when you go read those reviews, and there are over 1,100 perfect 5-star reviews, when you start reading them and review after review, there's this running theme that people are feeling better. Their digestion is better, and there's nothing worse. If I mean, delicious food is one of the great gifts of life, but if you feel awful after you eat, when you're trying to digest your food, maybe it's time to really take notice and figure out how to maybe get some balance going. And that's what this does. I mean, this really helps to balance. And that's why people say when they start taking it, they seriously, I was reading the reviews this afternoon when I was at home, I was just blown away by how impassioned people are about finding something that they just feel better again. They feel like themselves again when you can eat and enjoy your life and not have to worry about constantly, cramping and bloating and constipation and all the things that go along with having an unbalanced digestive system.
And then when we think of friendly flora, these are organisms that are living within us, and we want them to be living within us. If they do that, and they're happy, our digestive system is happier and functioning better, our immune system. And I'm often asked, so what do they rely on? What would the friendly flora in our digestive system, what do they want to eat? And basically, and it's not going to be surprising, the kinds of foods you'll eat if you want to keep your friendly flora really happy are foods that contain things like fructooligosaccharides. And those fructooligosaccharides, they're abundant in things like cruciferous vegetables. So things like cruciferous vegetables, things like legumes, things even like oatmeal or oat bran, the fibrous foods.
So they're vegetarians.
Yeah.
These little guys.
Yeah, they're not necessarily going to be thrilled with the next prime rib you eat, or New York steak. That's something, again. As I've gotten perhaps older and wiser, I tend to eat I almost eat no red meat at all now, and I used to be, in my youth, a pretty avid consumer of red meat. That more of my calories on a daily basis come from nuts and seeds and legumes and vegetables and fruits than in the past. I still enjoy fish, I still enjoy chicken, but it's not a primary source of calories for me. And in so doing, my digestive system is as happy as it's ever been in my life, and I'm someone who, my digestive system has always been described kind of as like a cast iron stomach. I could eat anything and do anything. But as we get older, we don't quite have that latitude anymore. So I'm a little bit wiser, a little bit more intelligent about what I put in my body, and as long as you're investing in friendly flora and trying to populate these wonderfully important organisms, why not make sure they get what they love to eat? Which benefits you too, by the way, when you eat more cruciferous vegetables or more legumes or more nuts and seeds.
Makes sense. I hope you order yours, because this is something that has not been, it's not a Today Special every year. We may not do it as a Today Special next year. So this is your chance to try it, stock up today. Order the big one if you can, because it's still here, first of all. I don't know that this is going to last until midnight. We are literally down to the final couple thousand. There might be 2,000 in each size. Oh, here we are over here. There's a couple thousand in each size left, depending on which one you're thinking about. If you want to do the Try Me, it's only $19.90. You can get it home and try it. See the kind of difference it makes for you. If you already have been thinking about taking a great probiotic, or if you tried a probiotic and it didn't work for you, let's be clear.
A lot of reviews talk about that.
They do, that they've tried other ones and they didn't get results. Not all probiotics are equal. This one is different. This is special. This is a unique formula. It delivers results with 5 different strains, right? 5 different types of friendly flora.
And you get your Lactobacillus acidophilus. You can see this chart just to my left, the Lactobacillus acidophilus, the Lactobacillus plantarum, salivarius as well, Lactobacillus, and then the Bifidobacterium lactis. 2 strains of that. So there's 5 different strains, more than 10 billion colony-forming units of the Lactobacillus acidophilus. Remember when I first made this, everyone said it was kind of maybe a little bit too much on the high side in terms of potency. But interestingly enough, a lot of the research and clinical studies now are talking about this being a great sort of a therapeutic dose, that this is a great significant dose to provide. So even if you wanted to use this as an occasionally dosed product, just taking it, say, every other day or just a couple of days a week, it's significant enough in what it delivers to still make a significant difference. And most products are delivering significantly less. They're delivering 500,000 or 1 million. And most of us forget that 1 billion is 1,000 times more than 1 million. So 1 million is a big number. 1 billion is 1,000 times more. 25 billion, that's more than 3 times the number of people on the planet. That's a very serious number. And I think that's part of the reason why the reviews are so great, because we followed the science in terms of the correct species, the correct strains of friendly flora. So we're giving you the right ones. And then in giving you stable strains and giving you such a significant amount, you can't help but see a difference.
That's it. I want to show you one more time, and then we'll talk briefly about resveratrol too, but I want you to see you do still have all the good news is we have all the choices. We have 30, 60, 120, 270, and here is what you would be spending if you were buying this in the regular size, when we stock that also, if you were buying the 5 million colony forming units formula, you would be spending $374.25. Today, it's $99.90. $274 is the savings on the largest one. An example here. This is what we normally charge for, this is the ultimate. For the ultimate, the 25 billion colony-forming units per capsule, 270 is normally almost $200. So you can see you're saving $100 if you get your orders in before midnight tonight or before this completely sells out.
We've already sold through a couple of the sizes. We've made sure that we have plenty in the 270, because once the show ends, that's where most of the orders will be. And we just have, I think, a couple of thousand left there, and that's going to be it. So we'll run along while we still have supply. Let's just briefly talk about resveratrol, the other Today Special. We call it resveratrol because that has been one of our most popular Today Specials over the years. We do it every couple of years for the last dozen years or so. But today what we did is you get great Today Special pricing on resveratrol, but I've also added 3 other botanicals that arguably, and I say arguably because if I had to argue which is more important, I can make a great case for why, as important as resveratrol is, EGCG from green tea is even more important. or the OPCs, the oligomeric proanthocyanidins from grapeseed extract, may be even more important than resveratrol, maybe even more important than the EGCG from green tea. And I could do the same thing based upon the science for the punicalagins and the ellagic acid from pomegranate. So now you get the headlines, which are resveratrol, that's always in the headlines, but you get the other ingredients as well. And so many of us focus on these ingredients in terms of skincare and beauty. But frankly, if you want to deliver the benefits of these ingredients to your skin, you don't deliver them by putting them on the outside of your body. Perhaps there are some protective benefits on the outside of your body, but if you really want to deliver them based upon the science and research, you ingest them as we are doing here.
That's it. I mean, and I want to show you what the choices are real quickly here. Again, this is a formula that we have not offered as a Today Special in years. It probably will not be a Today Special next year because Andrew likes to change it up and get you an opportunity to learn about new products, try new things, and put other favorites at a special one-day-only price. So that's what's happening here today. If you'd like to try it, remember, it's like buying 4 products in one. You're buying a full potency of resveratrol 100, full potency of the green tea 100, the green seed 100, and the pomegranate. It's all in that one capsule. And then if you were buying these 4 products, because Andrew does sell these products separately, if you were buying them separately, you would be spending, for a 360 count, $348.50. Our today's special price is $99.90. The vast majority of the close to 50,000 bottles of today's specials that have gone out the door today are this choice right here, are the largest choices in both of these, in both the Friendly Flora and in the resveratrol. I want to show you something. Here's the resveratrol on its own. Just 360 cap, the regular HSN price is $159.90. So if we were just doing that today and saving $60, we'd still be excited about that. You're saving $60 off the world's finest resveratrol. But then in this capsule, you're also getting the grape seed. That's another $90 value, then a $50 value worth of the green tea, the EGCG. And then you're also getting the pomegranate 40/40. You're getting a $50 value there. So that's where this number comes into place. Free shipping and handling, under $100, flex pays, and an extended return policy. So there has not ever been a better day to try this product. You know, it's fun because there's tons to talk about here. It's 4 comprehensive ingredients. It's things that we hear a lot about in the world of beauty. You hear a lot about resveratrol creams, right? We've all heard about that green seed, the grapeseed extract. We've heard about that in beauty creams. We hear about EGCG, the benefits of green tea. Green tea products, you hear about that. You know, there's a lot of anti-aging benefits. Now, the health benefits, you know, probably for most of us would far outweigh the fact that you have all these anti-aging benefits too. But the truth is, these are anti-aging ingredients that you hear about every day. You can't pick up a beauty magazine and not read about pomegranate. And somebody else is coming up with a new form of pomegranate, something or other. And you know, so it's something that these are all being talked about right now in the world of beauty.
Well, resveratrol, EGCG from green tea, and grapeseed as well are all discussed in terms of UV protection in terms of our skin. Pomegranate is also discussed in terms of our skin, but in terms of supporting regeneration of collagen fibers for skin elasticity. And again, we could go to almost every system or every organ in our body. There's research on resveratrol and protecting our brain and protecting our brain in terms of normal age-related changes. The same for EGCG from green tea, that green tea in epidemiologic studies, green tea consumption, EGCG consumption is something that's associated with healthier aging nervous systems, healthier aging cardiovascular systems. So it's why green tea is a habit of mine and has been a habit of mine. For the past 20 years, I drink green tea every single day. Since I was able to find a green tea, which we make, that never gets bitter, because I never liked the taste of green tea. But I also supplement EGCG separately. So I always make sure that on a daily basis I get 50 to 100 milligrams of EGCG separately. And I was just going to, I just grabbed a couple of charts here.
Okay.
One here on resveratrol. It's one that I read earlier that we had just brought with us this time. It's from a journal called Molecular Nutrition and Food Research. I just like the quote from this research. There were so many studies talking about anti-aging benefits of resveratrol in various animals and systems, but we believe the evidence is sufficiently strong to conclude that a single dose of resveratrol is able to induce beneficial physiologic responses. and that either weeks or months of resveratrol supplementation produces physiologic changes that are predictive of improved health, especially in clinical populations with compromised health. So that's a pretty exciting quote from the research. This is from the Journal of Neuroscience. Our findings of, and I talked about memory in terms of green tea and EGCG, but this is one specifically on resveratrol. Our findings of improved memory performance due to resveratrol intake support the hypothesis based on in vitro and in vivo studies. In vitro means basically in a laboratory. In vivo means living studies. In vivo studies that resveratrol exerts positive effects on brain function. Other positive effects of resveratrol may include improvements of vascular factors, including lowered blood pressure. So resveratrol, EGCG, we call them anti-aging ingredients, but I think when we call something anti-aging, it's because it's affecting physiologic systems in a positive way. So it's not just that you take these things and you think you're going to live longer or live better in the long term. It's making changes today. That's the only reason it could have those kinds of implications long term, is because it's having an impact in the short term.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you kind of lead with the resveratrol because it's what we hear about the most. We all hear about the benefits of having red wine, and it's the resveratrol in the red wine that is so healthy, that powerful anti-aging antioxidant. But the key is, when Andrew was showing us the chart earlier, the problem is in this one little capsule, that is equivalent to 166 glasses of red wine.
Right. It's
right. You're not getting that kind of potency.
You're lucky to get maybe a milligram of resveratrol in a glass of red wine. So, and certainly red wine contains other anthocyanins, other polyphenols as well. But resveratrol has always been singled out and identified in the research. And there have been, they've been examining resveratrol, scientists have been examining it for decades now. When I first introduced it, it was a huge buzz, and the research has just come like a tidal wave since then. It's a very simple molecule. It's a simple polyphenol. I think in nature, what we often find is the things that exert the most powerful effects on our bodies are oftentimes the simplest molecules of all. And none of these ingredients do I need to warn you about side effects or other issues. What's great about both of our Today Specials, when you get a Today Special in October, it comes with a special benefit. You get to, the money-back guarantee typically is 30 days, which is ample time to see the benefits of the product or see if you want to return the product. In October, you get until January 31st. So now you're getting more than 100 days to experience the benefits of these products. And if you don't love it, you get to send it back. What I know you'll be doing is reordering.
Exactly. There's 2 minutes left in our show. Would love to invite you to try both Today's Specials if you can. That's the beautiful thing about a Today's Special. It's the best value of the year. It's the best value on the product. So if these are new ingredients to you, if you've been curious about resveratrol, this is a perfect day to buy it. If you're already taking it, I take Andrew's resveratrol, but not this formula, because this formula hasn't been around for a while. So the fact that now we get all 4 ingredients in one capsule, perfect day to buy it is now. And years ago, when we first started learning about the importance of resveratrol, it was all about heart health. And of course, the heart health is key. But on top of that, there's so many other benefits taking resveratrol, and then you get all the EGCG benefits and the green seed benefits, and you get the pomegranate benefits. That's the key here, the grape seed rather. So I guess the point is that it's fun that you can buy one product and get the benefit of 4. And that's what happened last weekend. We did a Today Special like that, where Andrew's combining products when he can. Last weekend, we did the coenzyme Q10, and he combined it with the vitamin D so that that's one extra product we don't have to buy. Same thing here. You don't have to buy EGCG, you do not have to buy pomegranate, and you do not have to buy grapeseed, because those are all in here. That is, again, that's a couple $100 worth of products that you're saving on. I was mentioning how last weekend we basically got free vitamin D with our CoQ. Here you're getting free added products.
Green tea, GCG, grapeseed extra, pomegranate. Basically, that's what we tried to do in October. This is kind of, my anniversary month has always been my kind of thank you month. And CoQ10 has always been our biggest Today Special. So a few years ago, we hadn't done a vitamin D Today Special. So last year I had the brilliant idea, okay, we didn't do a vitamin D Today Special. let's just add some vitamin D for free. So it certainly affected our sales of separate vitamin D because we were giving it away, but that was great. And doing this Today Special, no doubt will have an impact on our sales of green tea EGCG and pomegranate and grapeseed extract. But that's fine, because as I've often said, my goal is for you to get as many beneficial ingredients and as much benefit as you can, investing as little of your money as possible. That's why we try to create these Today Specials to represent our most popular products, so you spend as little as possible, we can make them as efficiently as possible, and you get the most, what do they say, the most bang for your buck.
There we go. We're down to the final few moments in our show. I do want to mention Andrew is going to be on Adam's Monday night show tomorrow night, and they're doing a really fun segment. They're going to take questions from you. So if you'd like to submit questions, you can do that right now. It's askandrew@hsn.com.
Anything is fair game.
Any questions? I mean, if you want to know what he's going to be for Halloween.
Yeah,
if you want to know, I don't know.
Yeah, Muriel and I were talking about that.
Were you?
Yeah, she was, I think she was.
What are you going to be for Halloween?
We were talking about me going as Harry Potter of all things.
Oh, that'd be fabulous.
So it was pretty funny. So we'll see.
Nice. Okay, we want pictures.
We'll have
so
pictures.
who will Muriel be if you're going to be Harry Potter?
She was going to go as like the other girl from the wizarding school.
Oh,
what was her name?
Right. What's her name? She's adorable little
Hermione.